Hey guys, Cheyanne here. This is going to be the final chapter and the prologue of this book, Blood Fusion. Plus, I'm going to tell you the full story of this book and how it became my personal thing for my book writing career. So anyway, here we go. Chapter 9, The Final Battle, The Fall of the Quentin Squad, and the Rise of the Wolf Squad. It was 9 o'clock at night. We had our super morphing suits on. We were ready for the challenge. We snuck behind a bush and looked over, and we overheard my brother saying to his soldiers that were carrying bombs in the Gamma Center, "Good job, boys. By midnight tonight, the whole city will be ours for the taking. We'll control the people and turn them into wolves and do our slave work and kill the X-Fro facility. Even my older sister Carberoo," he yelled. People were cheering and clapping. Soldiers were yelling, "Hail, Quentin Squad!" They all cheered and yelled. "No, I won't let him get away with this. We have to stop him and his soldiers," I said. Then we heard guns reloading behind us. We turned around and saw it was Abby and 7 soldiers. "Well, well, well," Abby said, clapping slowly. "Looks like we have some little intruders, especially you, Carberoo, the older sister of my new boyfriend," she said, smiling. "This isn't you, Abby." "Cut it out! Stop it!" Haley said. "Why should I give this up? My new life. It is awesome. I can see clearly now that you're nothing to me. Just a sad little Orion." Abby said, laughing. Haley's eyes went from hazel to black. "I knew you'd be a Beartopian!" Haley screamed and jumped at Abby and started scratching her. Abby was knocked out cold. Then 7 soldiers were afraid of Haley. They ran off towards down the hill, tripping and falling over each other. To the Quentin Squad's leaders, also known as my brother and some other friends who were cursed. We quickly morphed into our wolves and ran down the hill. The 5 leaders and aka his friends were wolves, which Haley knew. L.B. Hofrick, Dorn Douglas, Nathaniel, Cameron, and Jake. And they morphed into their wolves too, which LB was a yellow wolf, Dorn was a gray wolf that was dark, actually, Nathaniel was a blue wolf, Jake was a black wolf with yellow eyes, and Cameron was a brown wolf like Dishon, but red eyes. Then my brother morphed into his wolf, which was black as it can be, with piercing red eyes. Then we all started fighting. "You're going down, sister. There's no excuse for what I have planned for all these years," my brother said. "Not without a fight, brother. Remember who we are. Remember our mother and father. They took care of us," I said. "It's no use, Carberoo. He's not in there," Haley said. "I'll take care of LB. You take care of your brother," Haley said, then jumped on LB. They started scratching and biting each other. Haley gnarled her teeth at him and said, "This is not like you, LB. Why are you joining him?" Then LB said, "It's the only way to keep my family alive from him killing them," LB whimpered. "But why, though? You can't just defend his territory. Defend yours." "That's Carberoo's brother you're talking about. Change back. Here, I'll help you," Haley said as she reverted back to herself. "What do you say?" she said, holding out her hand. Then LB reverted back to himself and shook her hand and said, "I needed that help." "Thank you," he said, then running off. Out of nowhere, Abby's wolf attacked Haley. "Abby, cut it out! I'm your friend, remember?" she said. Then Haley kicked Abby in the stomach. Abby backed off and started whimpering and yelping. "No!" My brother yelled and morphed back to his human self and ran to her. "Abby, are you okay? Is the baby okay?" Everyone stopped and looked, morphed out of their morph back to human and looked and said, "What?" Then my brother looked at Haley with an angry-looking tone and angry look and said, "She's pregnant and it's a son. Leave us alone." Haley had her hand over her mouth as if she was one about to throw up. Oh my god. And then we heard sirens coming to the Gamma Center. The chief of police and the rest of them were in the very beginning, pointing guns at my brother and Abby. "Freeze, don't move," the chief said. Then 30 cops came and took Abby and my brother away with some soldiers, and they disarmed a bomb with the bomb squad. Then the mayor of the governor in New York came to see what was going on, After Buddy Every told him what happened, and the governor said, "By the power vested in me, I make this day, October 4th, 2026, the day of the Wolf Squad. Yes, they now have that name. I honor you guys with these medals of honor by protecting the city to keep the bad things away that will happen to the city. And if you weren't here, and Carberura and her friends are now free from charges they were not meant to be." Everyone clapped and cheered, and the news crew and channels put on live for the whole world to see. Then, as we headed back to the lab facility, I thought, man, being a leader is hard. I think I should break up the team, and I go solo, or should I stay with being my friends as a team? When we got back, I stopped in front of the door and said, "Guys, I think we should go solo." I said calmly. "What?" they said, and then everyone in the room stopped doing their job and looked. "Oh, Carberoo, come on. Remember what we did as a team? We beat them. We saved the Earth again," Haley said cheerfully. Then I thought in a good way of being as a team. Then I said, "Yeah, maybe as being a team isn't a bad idea. After all, we just kicked butt." I said, putting my hand out. "Yeah, I think so too," Haley said, putting her hand on top of my hand. "We'll save the world," just said, putting on Haley's and mine. "If there's any trouble," Anna, Jessica, Isabel, and Kayla said, putting their hands on ours. "Cruella," Xavier just said, putting their hands on top of ours and the rest of us. "And we'll kick ass," everyone said. Then we all cheered, saying, "Go Wolf Squad!" Ow! We all put up our hands in a big howl. Everyone in the room clapped and cheered, and my friends and me defeated the Quentin Squad. But it'll change because my brother, and he was my sibling. I'll never forget the day. But I had one thing to do next week. I had to get my brother a cure. Meanwhile, in the New York prison, my brother and Abby were planning something. "Someday we'll get out of here. And I promise you, Abby, we'll be a family," Leon said, smiling. "And one day you will get rid of your sister and prove you love me?" Abby asked, smiling. "Yes." Leon sneered with a smile. "And we will one day be rulers of this planet Auroras." They both laughed maniacally. The end. Epilogue. As I said, the story comes from this old future of ours. We'll never forget the day we called ourselves heroes. Even though my brother wasn't a hero, he was still my little brother. My father wanted me to cure him from his sickness. But this is just the beginning of a new tale of us, the Wolf Squad, the heroes of New York. We will not stop until this story is heard from all ages. My name is Carberoo Aurora. I am here to save the world and cure my brother from the darkness that's inside him. He was the only way to back home, to save the Auroran family up there in deep space. I might take some time just to get back. Just as long as my ship is okay, and so is my dad. I knew he wasn't dead, but something tells me royals can't die. Well, only for Aurora. But that is, the royal bloods never die. Neither does the rest of our people. But I hope Polar and Solar are okay. And even their pain-in-the-ass Aerith. Okay, that was that, guys. Now here is the background of this story. Alright. When it first started as, I'll just thing. When I was in 4th grade, this is the starting of my writing. I started writing using a computer at the school that I used to go to. After school, I went to a daycare, and they had a computer, and it had a writing app on there. It was kind of like Word, but it wasn't technically Word that much. But every time I went on there, I wrote my stories. My first story was basically about something else. I don't remember, but it was a really good story. And I looked at it, I was like, wow, I'm getting really good at writing. And then when it came to 5th grade, it was during the summer. I got my first writing thing. It was an electric typewriter, and it was amazing. And it was a really good typewriter too, because we always got replacements. But yeah, it was fun. And then when the summer came along, my 2 other friends moved in to an apartment next to me, and this is when I was in little itty bitty age, like 12, and they were like 11 or 9, and I was in between the age of 11 and 12, so yeah, I was like young, and they were young too. And then one day in the summer, it was a hot summer day, after walking around and riding bikes, and I asked them, hey, do you want to play this game I made up? It's called Blood Fusion. And I told them all about it, and they're like, yeah, sure. And we started playing it as a pretend game. They were their own characters, I had mine. And the original character for Carbrew, actually, is basically me, but it was different that day. And I was the leader of the squad, as Carbrew was, and they were teammates. We were all a team, and we were having fun. And then one day I said, hey, maybe we should make a book out of this. And I'm like, yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. Gerald and Dishon, my friends, agreed, and I asked them if they wanted to be in the book, and they said, heck yeah, dude, we want to be famous. And I'm like, cool. And I started writing it, and it was in 6th grade. Every day I went to school, I brought a pencil and a notebook, and it was really good because I started writing it down, and every single day I wrote it down, and every single time I made it to like 5 chapters. And when I moved away to Sterling when I was a kid, I was like in high school by then. I was like in 8th grade by then, and I met some other girls, other new friends, and they said, hey, maybe you should try to put this in there and edit details and make more of a chapter book. I'm like, yeah, but how should I do that? And they said, hey, since you told us you always used to be like an alien to your class, maybe you should be an alien in the book. I'm like, good idea. And every single time I wrote it, I would say, like, I was thinking, like, what should I call my character? And they said, hey, call yourself Carbrew. I mean, you thought of the name, didn't you? I'm like, yeah, but I don't know if I should do it as my name or my character. It's just like, one of my friends is like, just do your character, like, do your own thing, like, do your character you thought of, like Carbrew. I'm like, yeah, I guess. And then once I started writing it further and further in, it was really good. Oh, let me show this one. Tell you guys this once. You know that one chapter, Where's Our Bear, and one thing, when I was in grade school still, me and my friends made a joke about having like 6 armed bears in the book, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put that in there just for fun, and I did. And this one scene when they have 6 arms and 6 handguns hooked to them, it was so funny. And when Haley says, I hope they're not part of the quitting squad, and when she sees the big Q on the head, she's like, oh, come on. It was funny, and it was really cool. And I think it was a really good idea to put in there, because it's like a little comedy part in there, because there's like a little dramatic, and there's a little suspense and all that stuff. So basically, at one point when I did that, and everyone started laughing as soon as they saw that, and I'm like cracking up laughing, and they're like, and I just had my hand on my head, I'm like, oh my god, why did I put that in there? And they're like, dude, come on, it's funny, just put it in there. I'm like, okay. So after all, my friends and I decided to make this book, and once in 2013 I finally made it. It was in July, it was on the summer. And once it got finished, I had tears rolling down my eyes. It was like finished. This is the book that started my writing career. Like, this is the first book I ever made, a first real life book. And I was crying, I was happy, I was like really excited. And it was at midnight. This is what before school started. It was like midnight, and I was like going to hang out with some friends. And it happened. I'm like, wow. I was like, so cool. Yeah, that was a really fun day, and now since I have that backstory over with, so let me tell you about the characters. The characters are basically of me, the Carbrew, that's the alien, my creature, my OC, I should say, and my other friends are in there, their names are in the names in there. Like, Haley was one of my friends, and she was a good person, and she's funny sometimes. She could be funny. Sometimes she could be real bratty, too. But anyway, she's one of my friends, and then Gerald and Dishon came in after she was my friend, and then Gerald and Dishon came in, then Jessica was my friend ever since grade school too. 4th grade, Haley and Jessica were my friends in 4th grade, and then 5th grade and 6th grade was Gerald and Dishon, and then through high school too. And then Isabella was one of them when I was in baby. And then other two were just friends of ours, like from grade school, from 8th grade. And Josh, we don't remember what he was from, but yeah. Yeah, they were there. And then there was other people. Brandon was one of my friends from 2nd grade. And then Xavier was 8th grade. He wanted to be in the book. I'm like, dude, you sure you want to be in the book? I mean, it's kind of violent. And he's like, dude, I'm a drummer. I know what violent means. Yeah, Xavier was actually a drummer in his own band, and it was pretty cool. But yeah, all of those friends of mine became part of the characters. Abby was one of them, but she didn't want to be in the book. But then my other friend Elena wanted to be Abby for me, and I was like, okay. And she said, hey, you should make her a bad character. I'm like, okay, sure. And then the guy, Leon, was basically a frenemy of mine. His name was actual Quentin, but I named him Leon instead of Quentin. But when he turned evil, I named him Quentin, you know? And then the rest of her friends that Haley knew were like Dale, LB, and all them. That's true. That's actually true. And, you know, it was really weird, and it was really fun. And I really think that was a really good day. Also, the mother and father part. The mother died when when she was 7. That was actually an extended version of my dad when he died when I was 3. And then the dad part, he's like the dad is like the representation of my father, my dad, my dad that died, and he was awesome. And the mother, she didn't do anything, but she died from a sickness that will be in the 6th book. Do not spoiler, please. Thank you, Cheyanne. Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah, that's gonna be in a different story. That's gonna be in this origin story in the 6th book. So don't worry, guys. I will put the origin book up soon after I read the other ones. So right now, this book, all these books I have out here that I'm reading are out now for like the paperback and Kindle. So both of those two are only on Amazon. So if you want to buy the book for yourself, you only have to pay $9.99 for like $9.99 for like not paperback, the Kindle, and then $16.99 for the paperback, and that's that. And then I'm trying to make another series of a different series, and it's gonna have the same characters. My friends wanted me to be in there too, and they said they wanted to. I said like, okay, what do you want me to do? And then I have 3 fictional characters in there, but the rest of like 4 of them or 5 of them have like the same characters as my friends. And it is called Wild Bloods, and it's really good. So hopefully you guys might enjoy that too. But yeah, the representation of my parents are in this book right here, the one that you're listening to right now, and it's really good. And it like when I made the character die off, the dad, I cried because my real father was really like nice to me. And when I was making this book, I was in tears because, you know, that is really personal to me. So that's why I was crying while I was making the character. I'm like crying out my eyes. I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And it was really fun. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying these book series as I am. So, yeah, if you guys want to buy these books, go on Amazon.com, and I will put the link in the description, or I could put a link in the description of your video if you want me to. So, I'll probably put, like, something in the description here, and if you go back to all the other playlists, it'll have the same address for it, and then you'll see me in the picture and me on my books. So, yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy this. And if my friends are if you guys are listening to this, my friends and family, please buy this book. You are not gonna believe how much work I put into it. But yeah, I hope you guys will be excited, and I hope you guys are awesome, same as you were back when I was a kid, you know. So yeah. So if anybody you are listening to this right now, please support the channel, subscribe, comment, and please try to buy the book so you can listen and read at the same time. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you guys all then. Mwah. Bye. Love you guys. Peace out. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you'd like more, leave down in the description in the comments what you think about it. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I really appreciate it a ton. And I hope you'll be able to see us all in another brand new episode of both either book or a vlog. So, yeah. Alright. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.